So you probably know that I'm turning 40 this year,
Yeah.
and you're
Biggie, isn't it?
it is a biggie, and
Yeah. How are you feeling about it though? Do you?
I feel fine about it actually. I genuinely am not bothered about it. I always
Do you think when you turn 30, you think, oh, 40's?
yeah, but I thought that about 30 when
But
I
then when
was
you
20.
get to 40, you think, well, yeah.
I still feel like I'm 21, mate.
Yeah.
Apart from my body giving up, it's my mind is still the
I
same.
think you only, if you feel and act still reasonably young, I don't think it's just a number, isn't it? It's
It
not,
is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
But it only sounded old when you're young, isn't it?
that's my biggest thing about getting older or old is not about getting old. It's about I hate the thought that younger people look at you and
Yeah.
think of you as old, even though inside you're no older than
It's
they
quite
are.
a landmark figure because 30s, when you're in your 30s, you're still reasonably get away with stuff, can't you? But when you
Yeah.
get to 40, you think, oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, I seem to be. I still.
Yeah.
People just know that I'm really immature, so I'd get
Yeah.
away with it anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a barrier as such,
Well, I was talking to someone at work fairly recently, and he was saying that as he approached 40, or as he got to 40, just about everything started going wrong with his body, and I laughed and thought, oh, that's
which is
funny.
what happened to me.
Well, weirdly, that's
Yeah.
happening to me, and
Oh, is
that's
it?
yeah. It's like I've had my heel injury, my wrist, which was my own fault. I fell over drunk and fractured my wrist, and my back plays up. But it's just weird.
Do you get hangovers? Do you when you go out?
I've always suffered with hangovers.
Do you think they get worse as they?
They
older? As you get older?
tend to spill over to the second day
Yeah, like a
occasionally
two-dayer.
if I really go out and
Yeah.
drink. But generally, it takes a whole day. But I know people that like never used to get hangovers, or their hangover was finished by lunchtime. But I've always suffered with them. I
Yeah.
can't say I'm one of those people that
Sluggish the next day.
got away with it. But I just think I've hardened myself to alcohol to a certain point,
Yeah.
which probably isn't a good thing.
Just
but-
carry on the next day.
Yeah, but did you have anything like that when you got to, obviously with your running injuries and stuff? But was it like it with you? It just seems to be like you approach 40 or you hit 40 and your body's just like, right, I've had enough.
Yeah. I suppose there's a different stage of your life coming up in it, so you move
Yeah.
on to the next.
Yeah.
It should be sort of a bit more mature, shouldn't you? Really, in theory.
Well, in theory,
well, you're
yeah.
getting married now, aren't you? So
Well, yeah, I
you
know.
do, so you are stepping up, aren't you? Like,
Well, I am, but
Yeah.
it's not going to change my behaviour.
I didn't get a mortgage till I was like 42.
Really?
Yeah.
There's hope for me yet then.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I finally grew up because someone said to me at work, he said, "What's happened to you? You're really grown up now." I said, "You used to be all right, like little scallywag." A few years at work, we were chucking water over people. And,
Yeah, but it's only that we can't get away with it now. It's not that you don't want to do it. It's just you get sacked
I said
now.
I still have my moments, but a bit more sensible now. Well, happens, doesn't it?
It does, and
Yeah.
I don't think I'm much more mature than I ever have been. And what's that quote? Is it growing old is inevitable, growing up is optional? And I
Yeah.
love that. That's me down to a T. I
Yeah.
can't not get old, but I certainly don't want to
be.
grow
You
up.
don't want to be old before your time. You want to be still
Yeah.
doing stuff, and
Yeah.
there's no reason where you can't.
I don't understand
Gotta
why
do
people
things.
think that that's
Yeah,
the case.
It's just, I suppose it's harder. Obviously, you've got attachments like family or whatever. It's harder to get away to do stuff, isn't it? And you've got to think about
that's responsibilities.
yeah,
and
it's
stuff, isn't it?
responsibility. That's what comes with getting older, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's, my dad was great because my mum and dad had us three kids by the time they were 25.
Yeah.
And I'm the youngest, but because my dad was, I don't know, so when I was 10, then he was 35. And whenever we go on holiday and stuff, my dad was always the first one in the sea with the bodyboard. He was burying us in the sand, and I loved that. And I consider myself lucky that I had young parents. I'm probably like my dad in the way that my dad's a big kid, and I think I'd probably take after him for that. But I think as long as you've got everything in order, you pay your bills, and you know what your responsibilities are.
Yeah.
You don't have to act boring and old.
No.
You can still be silly and have a good time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Did you have any? Maybe it hasn't even happened yet. But did you have any kind of midlife crisis? Would you say?
I wouldn't say so. I don't think so. I just got there and just went, just carry on, innit? I didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously drank a few.
Yeah, well, that's still going for
Yeah.
me. It's like this. I've been going through a midlife crisis for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think if ever I was going to have a midlife crisis, it would probably be something like. Well, there's a couple of things. I've never had long hair, but I haven't really got the sort of hair that I could get away with
I
long
think
hair.
I grew a beard. Yeah, I never had a beard until
No.
I was 40.
I can't imagine you without a beard.
It's weird.
now.
Yeah, I literally got. I just started. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I've shaved since. I'll probably trim it like every few
Yeah.
weeks, but I've never. Yeah,
Once you've had it
I've always
though,
clean shaven. Yeah,
it's horrible when you shave it off, isn't
I
it?
cocked it out. I nearly took it off the other week. I had it on the
Did
wrong
you?
setting.
Oh
looked
no,
well
I've
weird.
done that.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I was like, felt naked.
Well,
it's so-
and cold.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't. You
it was
can't.
like real short. But I didn't want to get rid of it totally. But I felt really like
Yeah.
bit naked about it.
Well,
Get used to it, don't you?
yeah, you do. I shave mine off every now and again just because I feel like I just feel a bit scruffy.
Yeah,
but then as
mine
soon
gets
as
a
I've
bit
done it-
wild sometimes. I need to because I'm just lazy. Because I can't bother to shave. Really, that's the main. But
What is it about the grey bits? Because I'm getting them here.
I've been
We seem to
painting
get them just on like
Yeah.
on
Mine's-
our
yeah.
chin, on either
I
side
don't
of the
understand
chin.
what's going on there. Yeah, chins, chins.
It's weird though, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
it's like I've been painting, isn't it? Like ceilings or something.
even my stepson said to me recently, I hadn't seen him for a while, and he goes, "God, you're going a bit grey, mate."
Distinguished, isn't it?
Well, that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I can't say that I'm as good looking as George Clooney, but I'd like to think that I could rock the George Clooney look. But it's just on the sides of my head and in my beard at the moment. But again, that seems to have just crept in the last sort of 12
Yeah.
months. It's got particularly not bad, but it seems to have progressed.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh right, you're turning 40, grey hair, bad back, body
I've
gives
been
up.
quite lucky with grey. I just get it there, like got white bits, but I don't have any as much grey hair on the sides. Just get a
Nah.
little flex.
Yeah, but
Quite
that's
lucky.
that's like you say, it's distinguished.
Yeah,
I'd rather go
the
grey than bold.
The Philip Schofield.
Yeah, Silver Fox. Yeah, I'd rather go grey than bold. I think I could cope with going grey a
Yeah,
lot
because at
more.
least you still got a good head of hair, haven't we? Like,
Yeah.
So it could be bold by the time you're 30. That's
I could.
Worse, wouldn't it?
I've mentioned it on a previous episode, but my mate Rob calls my head pubic head. He said I've basically got pubic hair on my head, which is
It's thick,
true.
innit?
It's thick and dry and
Yeah.
wiry, but you know. Yeah, I think my midlife crisis, if I was going to have one, would probably be I'd probably want to grow my hair long, maybe grow a big beard. But my tash always lets me down, as I've mentioned on a previous episode. But yeah, turning 40, I'm not dreading it. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. It's happening in a couple of weeks, but not dreading it. But I do feel like my body knows that it's
Yeah,
it's
getting to
coming,
that landmark. Yeah,
and it's letting me know.